Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths, and I got quite excited when I saw this problem. Um, anyway, let's have a look at it. We have to solve this, and it is x squared minus 2x all squared minus 47x squared minus 2x minus 48. And we're solving this for 0. So what do we do? Well, there's an old trick that we can resort to. We're going to make a equal x squared minus 2x. It's going to equal that expression. And if we do that, we can rewrite this. So let's go ahead and do that. So this becomes a squared, and that is minus 47. This is a minus 48, and that all equals 0. So what I hope you can see is that I've created a quadratic out of what is essentially a quadratic structure, but if you expanded this, you would be looking at x to the 4. And my technique for doing that is simply replacing this expression here with a single pronumeral. Okay, so we can set about solving this. So what are the factors of 48 that will give us 47 if we arrange them in some particular way? And the answer is pretty simple, 1 and 48. And how do we get a squared? Well, a times a. So this is a step back into pretty straightforward quadratics. How do we get negative 48 out of this? Well, one of these has to be negative. How do we get negative 47? Well, the big one has to be negative. So this is our answer. This equals 0. But remember that a is not, it's not mentioned up here. A is in fact x squared minus 2x. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this back in instead of a. So what we get is we get x squared minus 2x plus 1. That 1 comes from there. And x squared minus 2x minus 48. You can see where the negative 48 comes from, hopefully. Right, so we have a second task on our hands. Essentially what we've got to do is we've got to solve each of these quadratics. And in so doing, we will solve what's essentially a quartic. Okay, so this expression here is a perfect square. I hope you can see that. I'll factorize it fully. The factors of 1 are 1 and 1, and in order to make up negative 2x, we make both of those negative, and we put an x there. So this is x minus 1 all squared. It is a perfect square. The factors of 48 that can combine to make 2 is, that's a pretty straightforward operation. They are 6 and 8. What we want is we want negative 48, so one of them has to be negative, either 6 or 8, and we want them to add to negative 2, so it needs to be positive 6 and negative 8. And here we have our factors. Now, we were asked for solutions, and so here we go. So x is equal to 1. Make this equal 0, you get positive 1. sorry, this should be a 6 in there, I beg your pardon. I didn't put that in. X plus 6x minus 8, so that is negative 6 or 8. And that's the answer. Those are the solutions to this problem up here. I hope you found that useful and interesting, and I will see you next time.